Hello and welcome to another episode of Strategic Gaming. My name is Mac Taylor. With you as always, talk about more Survivor. We're talking about Phase 2 of Survivor Thailand. Gandia was just voted out, and now we're moving on to the second part here. So basically, in this phase, we start off with Sukjai. They're eating a chicken. And, she's eating, like, the heart and the brain and everything else, because, she was raised in her family to, use everything. And Rababa and Stephanie are like, ooh, that's really gross. But that's kind of she. Like, they're just kind of picking at her a little bit. And she's like, this is why people don't like me. And it's like, no, not exactly. Sheehan's very sarcastic and talks down to people, and I think that is why some people don't like Sheehan. Rababa and Stephanie are no angels, but Sheehan's got some stuff to talk about too with her. And then we get, which is actually a really important part here, is Brian and Ted talking about going to the final two together. Now, Brian never really says you and me to the end. Brian mainly says, like, we need to work together. And Ted kind of gets the idea of a final two more so. And Brian talks about, and this is an infamous Brian Heidick speech, talking about, I gotta play at the Iceman. I gotta be cool, be collected. Which, it is his game, it's very cold. It's a business trip. And even though, like I said, Heidick is a sleazy guy, I respect his game. We go to Sukjai, we get to see, like, they're all in the water, and Rababa is, like, jumping around, and you hear him go, ah! And Jake's like, well, he's always yelling, so we just assumed nothing was wrong, but he got bit by something. And it's just... I don't like Rababa at all, but he does have some very funny moments in this show. And, he's still fighting with Sheehan all the time. Rob, it's like, you're next. And Sheehan's like, well, we'll see about that. And then also, I guess Ted didn't tie up Choigon's boat very well because it floated away in the middle of the night. And they're all very upset about it because now they have to basically swim to go get their water. And then it's funny because the camera tracks, like, where the boat is. Like, it goes all the way around the island to where the boat is. I'm like, man, that's cold. Like, they know where the boat is, but they're not going to tell them. They're just going to let them go. And then this is another, like, hilarious, like, this episode's got a lot of humor in it. We're going to get a tribe version of the Survivor auction, which is so weird to see. But, Jan comes out to the water, and she's like, you guys, it's money. And they're like, what does the note say? And she's like, it's $1,000. I'm like, okay, what does the note say? It's American. Jan, what does the note say? It's American, baby! $1,000! I can go home now! And they're like, Jan! What does the damn letter say? It's so good. And also, Jan is freaking out over $1,000 when she's in a game to try to win $1 million. Like, it is so funny to watch her, and everyone else is like, but okay, cool, what does the note say? And she's just like, nope, let's talk about the money some more. So we get the team auction, sorry. And everyone's just getting some food. It's not, there's no really, like, cool things to talk about here. And then they asked if anybody wants to swap tribes. And nobody does, if you're Sheehan, you probably should have. And Stephanie, she's starting to contribute a little bit. She's starting to kind of try to save her game here, but it is too little too late for that, I believe. Like if she did this early on and never went through her crazy ass spout, she'd probably be in a much better spot in this tribe. Like above Sheehan and above Rababa and maybe even above Penny. So they have this weird immunity. Like Thailand has some weird shit in it, like really. So they have this immunity where they're like sorting fish, and you know if you sort the fish incorrectly, like you're gonna lose or whatever. And by a technicality, because you know Sukjai, they didn't have a fish in the right place or something, and they had to move it around, and then Choigon wins immunity, which again, weird immunity to be sorting fish. Like it's a very strange challenge to me. Sheehan really getting on everybody's nerves, including, you know, Ken and Penny and Aaron. Well, I guess Aaron, really. We're not going to talk a lot about Aaron because she doesn't really do much. So, and Jake kind of goes up to her and's like, hey, you know, I'm not going to be the one that, you know, pushes to get you out of here, but you got to work on your perception here, you know. And these people, you know, who gives a damn what they think, but, you know, we're in a game. We got to try to figure this out. Really do like Jake in this season. And Jeff at the tribal, you know, grilling Sukjai like, hey, these are the old people you're going up against, and they're beating you. They're beating you bad, bro, to Rababa. By a vote of 5-2, Stephanie voted out, meaning Rob Baba, kind of by himself against the rest of the Sukjai tribe. And also, final thoughts on Stephanie. Like I said, she played the game a little late. You know, you shouldn't, like in Aaliyah last season, you shouldn't be playing the game on day 24. You shouldn't start playing the game on day 10. And you definitely, you know, don't even start playing the game on day 2. Start playing the game when you get cast on Survivor, and always be thinking about how to get ahead. Don't sleep on it, because you're going to end up just losing. And then back at the Sukjai camp, Rababa, you know, he's taking out his frustrations on Ken, basically, because, you know, he's mad. You know, his only alliance members, Jed and Stephanie, are gone, and he really feels on the outs, and he feels like Sheehan should have gone home those other 2 times. Ken really handles this situation very, very well, and kind of calms Rababa down. And it's like, look, man, I'm trying to help you, but there ain't much helping you to be done. Choigon's looking for the boat. It's the quest to find that boat. And it also not looking too great. Even though, like, we, the audience, and the camera people know where it's at. They've swam out there. Ted's really not a great swimmer. Can't find the boat. Rababa eating a lot of bananas. Everyone's like, hey, why are you eating all those bananas? We got to save those. He's like, whatever. I'm going to do what I want to. Gets in another tiff with Sheehan. And this Rababa really spiking what's left of his game here by just pissing everybody off all the time. True rebel, Rababa Zabotnik. So they had like this wicker ball kind of reward thing where it's, you get this Thai feast and celebration. Really cool reward. Sukjai does win that reward. So, Sukjai trying to get some momentum back. Choigon really feels that loss of, man, we had this momentum. We could be losing it. Sukjai's like, man, this is what we need to get the ball rolling again. And Rababa actually was really good in that ball catching challenge. Like, he really did kind of strong arm it. So Rababa feeling good about trying to mend some fences. Brian and Ted, they're trading info about who's saying what, talking about, if they lose, who's the target, and how, they could get further in the game. So really Ted and Brian, the only ones on Choigon right now, really discussing gameplay. Rababa and Ken, they're kind of exploring the place and, having a conversation. And Rababa's like, man, I'm really sorry about it, everything I've been doing. I really want to be a part of the tribe and, like, be better. Ken's like, hey, man, I want to try to save you, but this is not going to look great. We've got a lot of work to do, and, if we lose tonight, it's could all be for nothing. So Ken really does want to save Rob, and I think he really does want Sheehan out. But if they lose the next immunity, they need way more time to really get Rababa in a better place. Then we get Jan finds this, like, embryonic dead bat, and I believe his name's Oliver, and she buries it and has this little funeral for it. Jan is a very emotional person, whereas pretty much everybody else on Choigon is not. But, Jan, that's really all Jan's character. She's a sweet old lady, but she is terrible at Survivor. Very bad at Survivor. No gameplay. Brian wants to eat the bat, but that doesn't happen because Jan probably would pass out. Then we get the Thai 21 flag immunity, where Choigon wins immunity, keeping themselves safe, sending Sukchai again back to Tribal Council. And Sukchai drinks some wine, kind of with their defeat. And everyone's talking about their feelings. And Rababa is really just talking about, like, man, this experience has really changed my life. I'm going to be such a better person, which is pretty much bullshit. To me, this is just trying to get more TV time. I don't believe Rob Subotnick has changed. And I don't know if anyone's ever met him, outside of Survivor, but I doubt that he changed. But, good TV moment, I guess. But again, too little, too late. And Jake compares killing a chicken to voting someone out. You don't want to do it, but inevitably you have to survive. And that is Jake is really good at some comparisons, and really kind of a shame Jake never played again, because I think in a better situation he does do very well. So by a vote of 5-1, Rababa, the last, what would normally be the last pre-merge boot, but we're going to get to that in a second. Rababa voted out. Final thoughts. It's his own fault he tanked his game. He could have gone very far had he just learned to keep his mouth shut and to get along with people. And I don't think he changed at all. But, he is a very memorable character in Survivor Thailand. He's one of the people I think of when I think of Survivor Thailand. So, I guess he did his part there. And then here, we get, after this tribal, anyway, Aaron, very wary of Sheehan and Ken, kind of wants them gone. Now, it's like, oh, wow, Aaron doing something. It's miraculous. Aaron can speak, because up to this point, I can't even remember any Aaron confessionals or moments. And there's 10 people left at this game, and I don't know shit about Aaron. So I find that hilarious. Ken and Sheehan, they're talking a lot about Penny and how much of a threat she is, because Penny can kind of be a little bit of a two-timer or a liar, and she's going to be dangerous to take down the road. Which, from what I saw from Penny, she could be a little manipulative, but I don't think she's that great of a player. And then they get paint, and what color they've painted themselves pairs them up. So the gold paint, which is Ted and Aaron, Penny and Brian, Clay and Sheehan, Helen and Ken, and ironically, Jake and Jan back and talking again. They started their tribes, and now they're gonna discuss everything. Now, the tribes are 5-5. We are tied with the numbers. Helen, she's vibing with Sukjai. She really likes Sukjai. Ken, he's very like, this is Sukjai versus Choigon, and I'm on Sukjai. But the most important part of this whole thing is Xian is spilling everything. The alliances, the order, everything to Clay. And Clay's like, oh yeah, tell me more. And like, she's telling him everything. And they head over to the Choigon beach because it has the cave and it does have shelter and everything else. And just the water situation's the only thing that really sucks. And they get some food, and it all feels like a merge. This is like the merge is here. And Brian says that we have the on-court advantage. Welcome to my home. This is mine. Brian This is very Brian Heidick, this sentence. And they call themselves the Choijai tribe. Which, that makes sense. Gotta put the two names together, Choijai. It's not the most memorable, but, it's a tribe. And Xian, she's ready. She's like, yes, this is my chance to really, take control. Like, she is bonding with the Choigon people. She is, just happy to have a new outlook on the game because she was definitely next on the hit list for Sukjai. Penny, however, feels isolated. She's not talking to any Choigon people. She feels like she could definitely be on the hot seat. And Xian goes to Ted and talking to Ted about, I want to flip. Let's take out the Sukjai people. I'm with you guys. And we're going to talk about this more in a second, but a little too early for that. You haven't officially gotten your merge stuff. And also, maybe you should talk to Jake, the other person who was kind of working with you, or maybe even Ken, and try to figure out, what to do. Really, she really is just full-on flipping for no reason. Yet, it's so new, but it's so obvious what she's doing. And this, I think, is a flaw in Xian's game here in Thailand. And then the booze comes out, and Jan is drunk, and Brian is sloppy, and can't even play his guitar, and Ted's, dragging him out, and, he's puking, and Ted's, kind of patting him on the back, and he's still saying, hey, we need to take Xian and flip the number 6-4. Brian Heidick drunk still can strategize better than half of the Sukjai tribe. Crazy, isn't it? And then Brian does, the next day, go in and really try to reel in Xian. And she is kind of conflicted about the flip, even though she really wanted to do it, yesterday. And Ken is trying to figure out, hey, what the hell's going on here? Really trying to feel out, is Xian a rat? She is. So, he's definitely good to be thinking about all this. And then they talk. Aaron says, it's great to be in the merge. And Jeff's like, merge? Who said anything about a merge? I certainly didn't say anything about a merge. And it's like, whoa, no. Well, Xian, anyway. She's the only one that looks like, oh, shit. We're not merging. So this is the fake merge twist. The not so fan favorite fake merge twist. So they have this the lock immunity. They don't do all these locks. Choigon wins immunity. Sukjai sent to tribal, and Xian is just trying let's go, let's get Penny, let's vote out Penny. And Ken's like, you were gonna flip on us, and she's like, but hey, Penny, come on, Penny. And Jake's just even man, I can't save you. There's no way. So by a vote of 4-1, Xian voted out the last non-juror. That's a rough. She's kind of screwed by the fake merge, but even if she had flipped with Choigon, she's got 6th place. That's the best she could have hoped for. So yeah, with that, now Sukjai down 5-4. Things not looking too great for them. So in the next episode, Penny, she's kind of walking on eggshells, and she should be, because the tribe wasn't happy with her either, but she did stay true to Sukjai, and that meant something to them. And both sides are really trying to, because they're living in one beach, but they are two tribes, and it does really help that tribe split. And it's just kind of awkward, living with people you're technically playing against, more so than a normal tribe. Brian, he's totally like, let's pagong. I mean, he doesn't say it. I don't think this is a term yet, but he wants to pagong the Sukjai tribe. Let's get them all out. Screw them. Let the final 5 be the Choigon people. Penny, she's kissing ass. Trying to, get the tribe to like her. While Ken, he's just trying to find an opening, man. Ken just wants to figure out how he can split this 5. And we get to talk about they're peeing, like Brian and Ted and Clay are peeing at the entrance of the cave, but when the wind blows, the smell of urine goes down the cave where they're sleeping, which is gross. Just go outside, walk out of the cave, pee on the side, and then walk back. Like, why are you peeing at the little entrance when you're walking around barefoot? Seems a little weird. I'm just saying, this is a weird thing. And Brian just says a whole bunch of misogynistic things about women and being inclined to the kitchen. It's terrible. Again, like I said, don't like Brian Heidick as a person, but I do like him as a strategist. Jake is annoyed, and a lot of people are annoyed, honestly, by Helen's constant talk of recipes. But, I think people like Jerry and Amber talking about sugar all the time on Australia was much more annoying than Helen talking about the recipes, because you could do something with this. Like, you could take these recipes and make them later, Whereas, like, them just talking about candy on Australia, what are you getting out of it? What happens there? Nothing. You get nothing out of it. But, I would get it after a couple of days. You'd be like, all right, that's enough. Brian and Jake are on the boat, and, like, Jake is really trying to find a hole. And Brian not giving him anything to work with, and also recognizing that, hey, this Jake guy, he's dangerous. Like, he's trying to find an opening, and a much less inclined Survivor strategist would fall right into this. Jake and Ken, they're trading info about their conversations with the Choigon tribe, if they're finding an opening. And we go to the immunity challenge, and we're still split. Like, we're still going to go as tribes. So, we're going to be down to 8 people, and we're not technically merged yet. So, it's like a breath-holding immunity. Penny, the elimination order is Penny, Ken, Clay, Ted, Jan, and Aaron, leaving Jake and Brian, the last 2. And Choigon wins immunity, and they come back, and the monkey, Magilla the monkey, has stolen a lot of their food, and they're like, this goddamn monkey, which is funny that they're being haunted by a monkey, because when we talk about Survivor Guatemala later, there is another monkey, but they don't name it, that also pisses them off. So, like, monkeys and early Survivor go hand in hand, I think. Jake and all of Sukjai really feeling this loss. He's like, this was supposed to be the final 4 of the game, and it's now the final 4 of 9. And they're talking about, let's just sleep together tonight. And Jake's like, how erotic? And there's an awkward silence, and he's like, oh, shit. Whoops. And then, meanwhile, Jake, they kill another chicken, and Jake kills chickens. Like, he just snaps their neck with his hand, but he needs someone to hold their feet, and it's Jan, who's the worst pick to do that. She's kind of, like, it all tore up as he's just snapping his chicken's neck. and she buries the head and the feet in her now pet cemetery. Which must, I haven't been to Thailand, and if I go to Thailand, I would want to see where the Sukchai and Choigon beaches were, and I don't know if Jan's pet cemetery is now haunted. So then we go. The vote turns out 3-1. Aaron, who I totally forget is even played Survivor, first juror, voted out. She's gone. And with that, that's the end of phase 2. We have 8 people left. Sukchai has 3 people left. Choigon has 5. Those are not good odds. We'll talk more about the fake merge effects and all of that good stuff. So with that ends our talk here. Final thoughts on Aaron? Who the hell's Aaron? I don't know. Tune in next time. We're going to talk about how we go from 8 to 4 as we keep chugging along through Survivor Thailand. My name is Mac Taylor. You all have a great day.